Are you looking to set up your digital assets? Do you want more people to wear your own swag and your own merchandise inside the metaverse? Then this video is for you. Hello everyone, my name is Creative, and in this video series, I'm going to be walking you through steps to setting up your Ready Player Me application. We'll talk about setting up your assets, setting up your player, importing your player inside the metaverse, and lastly, setting up your studio in your website for everybody to use. If you're ready, let's begin. Welcome back to part 2 of this series, and in this video we're going to be looking at the asset designer. By the end of this video, you're going to learn how to create assets using AI, how to take your assets, putting them into your catalog, and publishing them up to your studio for everybody to use. So if you're ready, let's begin. And the last part is the asset designer. Now this is a really cool tab that Ready Player Me created. It allows us to use kind of their current templates for, like, let's say a t-shirt or a design sweater or a hoodie, and allows you to go ahead and download like the template of it. So then you can go ahead and modify it. So if I were to go to the t-shirt, download the template from it, what's going to happen is that I'll be able to get the file that then I can go ahead and manipulate. And this is where you can really add your logo, your design, and so forth. In this video, I'm not going to really go into this. I think this is a lot of steps and a lot of process, but for this one, we're going to use their other tool that they have, which I think is great, which is the AI texture. I think their AI texture is really cool, very unique. How you're able to create a couple things on the fly without spending a lot of time. So what we're going to go ahead and do is that we're going to create a shirt real quick. And I've already have a quick prompt that I already set up. Again, you guys can choose your own style of what you want it to kind of mimic. So I'm just going to use athletic, and you can go ahead and prompt whatever you want. I'm just going to create something quick so then we can go ahead and put it inside our store. All right, so this is kind of like the first take. It kind of came out something kind of crazy in here. It's trying to do CreativeOwls. We're trying to come up with something. So I'm going to go ahead and just hit generate one more time. And we'll go ahead and pick something quick so then you guys can see how it looks like as we move forward. Now, I encourage everybody that's creating, definitely play around with this. I think this is where, like, you're going to have a lot of fun designing, implementing it on different gears. Definitely play with the prompts. I still haven't figured out what the right prompt is, but I think as you guys are creating or using AI and prompting, I think you'll come up with some cool stuff. So like this is something cool that I think I would use. So only thing I would do is next thing I would do is hit save. And if I were to go to asset manager, it would take me straight to this asset, but I want to create one more. So I'm going to continue creating, and we're going to create some shoes. We're going to select the shoes here, and we're going to hit generate. We're going to see what comes out with this. Again, I'm using the same prompt. You guys can go ahead and play with your prompt and mess around with it and see what comes out for you guys best. But just for this video, I'm just creating something kind of quick and see what comes out of it. I realize the more you play around with it, the more different styles and designs that you can come up with and create. So I encourage you guys to definitely play around with it. So this is kind of giving me the grays, not exactly what I wanted. Let's just use this and hit it to generate one more time. Cool. So this is a pretty cool design that it came up with. It's got like a cool Nike inside, and it's got this like this like stitching. So I'm gonna go with that. And at any time that you want to take this and take it to the next level, you can also hit the download generated text, and it's gonna pretty much give you the texture of what it created for you, and then you can go ahead and manipulate that. So keep that in mind if you want to take this to the next level. So I'm going to go ahead and hit save, and I'm going to go ahead and go to asset manager. And now with my asset manager, it's going to take us here and it's going to show us the two that we just created. So what we want to do is that we definitely want to organize our assets. And I think this is a very important thing for you guys to do as you guys are building your studio or your merch store with your brand and so forth. It's all about labeling and putting things together. So I'm just going to call these we'll call the YouTube V1s. So you guys know, if you guys see them, it's because you saw them on the YouTube channel. You can either choose for it to be for male or female. I like to just set it neutral so anybody can select what they want. You won't be able to select the type since it's already set. The model, it's already created for you with the Gen AI, and then they also gave you a preview icon as well. Now this is important. For it to be inside your studio, your application, you want to make sure that this is checked off, and you want to select visible so it's also visible inside your studio. You also have the capability of actually locking them so people can actually see how it looks like in the studio, but it's locked. And there's a whole documentation of unlocking and so forth and what you can actually do with it. And if you are creating your game, also keep in mind, here's the asset ID. So, you know, inside Unity, there's many things you can use. You can use the ID for, so keep that in mind. So once you're done with that, you're going to hit save. And I'm actually just going to also head over to our top that we created. And I'm also going to call this the YouTube V1 as well too. And again, I'm going to set it neutral for guys or girls to be able to wear it. I'm going to put it inside my application store, and I'm going to hit visible so you guys can actually see it inside the store. Great. So now we're going to great. Now, as you can see, they've been updated. Now they're active. And now what we're going to do next is actually go into our configuration. So we want to make sure that these are configured and then these are available inside our app, which we'll check here in a second. So we created footwear, and we're going to see if the YouTubes are here. So I don't see them at the top. So I'm just going to go to the very bottom, and here they are. They're visible. And what I can do is that I can reorder them. So depending on how preference of where you want orders, especially if you have a lot of different shoes, I'm just going to go ahead and move these to the top. And this is going to be the very first ones that you're going to be able to select. So once you've gone through your entire assets that you've created, you've organized them, you've kind of put them together, and you organize them, you'll be able to see them up here in your configuration tab. And you want to make sure again that they're visible, otherwise you're not going to be able to see them. I hope you were able to keep up with this video and was able to create your assets using generative AI, set up your catalog, and get your studio ready. In the next video, we're going to be diving into setting up your player with your merchandise or with your digital assets, and then taking them inside the metaverse.